Now, this week, we are also going to share with you more updates and information regarding the upcoming European events. We have been taking an additional time because of the recent world events, especially happening in the Middle East, which unfortunately are, of course, causing a lot of disruption all over the world. So we want to be acknowledging this, we want to take that into account, and therefore we've been waiting to see how the situation develops, but we are quite confident now about the direction where things are moving, and therefore we will be sharing with you more updates regarding the planned European events within this week. I also wanted to expedite and expand a little bit on the topic of the tests that were just performed at our production facility in Finland. You might have seen our social media post where we announced that we have now officially completed the installation of the 3 machines over there. And to finalize this installation process, we performed a very extensive air and water emission test, which was done by a large laboratory and testing company based in Finland. So this is a third-party independent research and study that was done. What was really great to notice from that, once again, is that the emissions that our process generates were in many cases so small that the very sensitive instruments that are used for the testing couldn't even detect those emissions. And any kind of emissions that we do, obviously we are burning. So whenever you burn anything, there's always going to be emissions. Doesn't matter if you're burning a fireplace at your home or you're cooking at home, you use gas or any other material to create heat, there will always be emissions. In our case, any emissions that is being created from our process goes through a very extensive filtering system, something called wet scrubber, where we basically clean any of those emissions before they are being released to the environment. And therefore, we now know again for a fact that our operations are a fraction of the allowed environmental limits in Finland and European Union. A fraction. We're not even at a capacity, which is a really, really good, again, proof that we can truly do this operation anywhere in the world. I can tell you that Finland is one of the most strictest countries in the world when it comes to environmental and emission-related topics. And the fact that we can do this there proves that we can do it anywhere in the world. Now, with this being completed, the Finland facility is now starting to move towards commercial operations, something that we're obviously all very excited about and something that we've been working hard to get to. So more updates will be coming from that as we are now moving towards this new exciting territory. When we talk about testing, I'm also very happy to share with you that we have now officially started the testing process for the Corsair Pay operations and for our new payment gateways, including payment systems and payment processing in Europe, United Kingdom, and the United States. So we will have more updates for you coming there as well, but we are officially now already doing transfers. We're already doing bank payments and testing out the process before it's going live. Finally, I'd like to inform you something that we haven't shared anywhere else yet, but I'd like to bring it up to your knowledge and your know-how here today, is that Corsair has been invited to join a very special group here in Thailand, where the government and the private sector in partnership are now working together to create efficient solutions to tackle the plastic waste crisis in the country. And in this partnership, in this sort of a group, there is a number of Thai government officials from the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Industry, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of the Prime Minister's office, and so on. So it's a very important group to be at. And we were invited to take part of this group for the reason that we are now being recognized widely as the leading plastic waste advanced recycling company here in the country. And by being part of this group, we will now have the ability to discuss directly with the highest levels of the government and also help to formulate the future laws and regulations in the country involving plastic recycling, as well as an area which is very interesting for all of us, the extended producer responsibility. And as you know, we at Corsair, we have solutions for all these areas which a country like Thailand is looking for. We have the solution for the overflowing landfills, which are currently overflowing with all the plastic garbage. We have the solution of how we can turn this discarded garbage into a high-value product. And we have a great solution in the form of CSR plastic credits of how companies can now participate in the process of cleaning this country from all this plastic pollution. These are the dialogues and the conversations that we will now be able to have with the highest bodies in the government. And we're very excited and very proud to be invited into this. We are going to share more information of this one in the coming days as well. Now, moving onwards with that one, what will also happen here is that Corsair is now beginning to become recognized as a strategically important company in any country where we operate. Because, as I mentioned before, and I wanted to touch on this one in one last minute, is that because of these global logistic issues that we're seeing right now happening with oil, more and more packaging manufacturers around the world are also running out of the chemicals to produce the plastic packaging that we need in our daily lives. And us as a company being able to operate within the borders of that country and taking this garbage from the environment and turning it into the chemicals, which can then be used to make new plastic packaging, is extremely valuable and extremely important from the national security point of view. We are the solution where countries can clean up their environment and receive these needed chemicals and even the needed fuel if the situation would really become critical, without the need of having any outside importing of oil, for example, from the Middle East. So while the world is obviously facing this crisis situation, again, I would like to highlight how valuable this can be for a company like Corsair. We can only estimate at the moment, but we can see very clearly the positive impacts that this crisis is going to have in our company. And for you, as a partner of the Corsair Connect company, this crisis situation, exactly as happened with the situation of COVID, is going to be very, very good for our industry of network marketing, direct sales, and multi-level marketing, however you want to call it. Because whenever there are situations like we see today, with inflation rising, with uncertainty in the market, more and more people are looking for opportunities to actually earn an extra income. And our business provides all of that. And it provides it at the best possible time when global regulations are coming active, where companies are being legally obligated to start taking responsibility of their plastic waste footprint. And at the same time as governments are looking for solutions to clean the environment and to create this fuel and the chemicals that they are now running out of. The timing couldn't be better. And as Andrea earlier said, we strongly believe that this year, 2026, will be an absolutely amazing year. So that being said, once again, I want to thank you very much for the time that I had here in the call today. Thank you very much for all the speakers. Thank you very much for Elliot and the other organizers of the call today. And I'm looking forward to speaking with you guys again soon. Thank you very much. Have a good night.